The prescription bottle wasn't mine, but when I found it in the bathroom cabinet behind my migraine medication that Wednesday morning in March 2018, I picked it up thinking Marcus had forgot to tell me about a new medication. And when I read the label, it said, Digoxin 0.25 mg, take 1 tablet daily, patient. Carol Henderson, except my name is Carol Henderson and I'd never been prescribed digoxin, had never even heard of it. And when I Googled it on my phone standing right there in our bathroom, I learned digoxin is a heart medication that in large doses causes fatal cardiac arrest and is nearly undetectable in autopsies if administered gradually. And that's when I realized my husband of 17 years, Dr. Marcus Henderson, cardiologist at Seattle Heart Center, had been slowly poisoning me with a medication that would make my death look like natural causes while he collected my $2 million life insurance policy. I'm 71 now, sitting in my waterfront condo in Vancouver that I bought with the settlement money, and I need to tell you about the day I discovered my husband was methodically killing me and how I turned his own medical expertise against him to save my life and destroy his career. Because sometimes the person trying to murder you makes one tiny mistake that gives you exactly enough time to fight back. That Wednesday morning started like any other in our Bellevue, Washington home. I was Carol Henderson, 54 years old, married to Dr. Marcus Henderson, prominent cardiologist, living in our beautiful 4-bedroom house overlooking Lake Washington. Our son Jason was living in New York working in finance. Our daughter Amy was finishing medical school in Boston. I'd retired early from my corporate law career 2 years prior after a minor heart flutter that doctors said was nothing serious, but Marcus convinced me to slow down, reduce stress. I'd been feeling increasingly tired for the past 6 months. Dizzy spells, nausea, weakness. Marcus said it was menopause, aging, stress from adjusting to retirement. He'd bring me vitamins every morning, make me special smoothies, encourage me to rest more. But that prescription bottle changed everything. I stood in the bathroom staring at it, my hands shaking. The prescription was dated 6 months ago, exactly when my symptoms started. Prescribed by Dr. James Chen at Marcus's hospital, filled at the pharmacy 3 blocks from Marcus's office. Refilled twice. I opened the bottle. It was half empty. Someone had been taking these pills regularly. My mind raced. Why would Marcus have a prescription in my name that I'd never requested? Why would his colleague prescribe me medication I'd never discussed with any doctor? I took the bottle and went to my home office, locked the door, and started researching. Digoxin toxicity symptoms: fatigue, dizziness, nausea, confusion, visual disturbances. Everything I'd been experiencing for 6 months. Therapeutic dose: 0.1250.25 mg daily for heart conditions. Toxic dose: anything above therapeutic range accumulates over time. Method of administration: can be dissolved in liquid, tasteless. Those morning smoothies, Marcus's special health smoothies he'd started making me 6 months ago. The ones he insisted I drink completely because you need the nutrients, Carol, you're not taking care of yourself. I ran to the kitchen and looked in the blender we used for smoothies. Rinsed clean. I checked the trash. Empty. He'd taken it out this morning before leaving for the hospital, but I was a lawyer for 30 years. I knew about evidence. I went to the garage where we kept the recycling bin. Dug through until I found the smoothie containers from this week. Brought them inside, washed them carefully, and put them in a Ziploc bag. Then I did something I'd never done in 17 years of marriage. I went through Marcus's home office. His desk was locked, but I knew he kept a spare key in his car. He'd mentioned it once years ago. I found it taped under the driver's seat of his Mercedes. Went back inside, unlocked the desk. Inside the bottom drawer, hidden under files, I found a folder labeled Financial Planning 2018. I opened it. Life insurance policy, $2 million, Carol Henderson as insured, Marcus Henderson as beneficiary. Premium recently doubled. Death benefit increased from $500,000 to $2 million 3 years ago. Spreadsheet showing our finances. The house was mortgaged to the maximum. Marcus had borrowed against his retirement accounts. He had credit card debt totaling $380,000. Gambling debts to someone named Victor, $620,000 marked urgent due April 1. $1 million in gambling debts due in 2 weeks. Sticky note in Marcus's handwriting: CS symptoms progressing as expected. Est 3-4 more weeks. Natural causes ruling likely given history. I sat in his office chair, that folder open in my lap, and the pieces assembled themselves into a horrifying picture. 3 years ago, Marcus had increased my life insurance to $2 million. I'd signed the papers without really looking, trusted him to handle our finances like he always had. 6 months ago, he'd started the poisoning. Digoxin dissolved in my morning smoothies. Gradual toxicity that would look like heart failure, perfectly believable for a woman my age with a history of minor cardiac issues. In 3 to 4 more weeks, I would die. It would look natural. Marcus would collect $2 million, pay off Victor, solve all his problems, and I would be dead. I took photos of everything with my phone, the folder, the spreadsheet, the sticky note. Then I carefully put everything back exactly as I'd found it, relocked the desk, returned the key to his car. Back in the bathroom, I photographed the prescription bottle from every angle. Then I put it back exactly where I'd found it. My phone showed 11:30 am. Marcus wouldn't be home until 7 p.m. I had time. I called my daughter Amy in Boston. She was in her 3rd year of medical school. Mom, what's wrong? You sound weird. Amy, I need you to listen very carefully without asking questions. Can you do that? You're scaring me. I'm okay, but I need medical advice. If someone were being poisoned with digoxin over several months, what tests would show it? Silence. Mom, please just answer. Blood test for digoxin levels. It would show if levels are in toxic range. Why, if I wanted to test food or liquid for digoxin contamination, how would I do that? You'd need a lab. Hospital toxicology or forensic lab. Mom, what's happening? I can't explain yet, but I need you to trust me. Don't call your father. Don't tell anyone. I'll explain everything soon. I hung up before she could argue. Next call, my former law firm colleague, Patricia Wu, now a criminal defense attorney. Patricia, it's Carol. I need help. It's an emergency. We met at a coffee shop an hour later. I showed her everything on my phone. She listened without interrupting, her face getting harder with each photo. Jesus Christ, Carol, your husband is trying to kill you. I know. We need to go to the police right now. No, not yet. I need more evidence. Right now, it's just a prescription that could be explained away. Maybe he picked it up for a patient, mixed up the names. The folder could be innocent financial planning. I need proof he's actually poisoning me. The blood test would alert him. He monitors all my medical care. If I suddenly get blood work done, he'll know something's wrong. Patricia drummed her fingers on the table, thinking. The smoothie containers, we can have those tested privately. Where? I have a forensic toxicologist I use for cases, private lab, completely confidential. We drove there directly. The toxicologist, Dr. Sarah Kim, examined the containers. These have been washed, but if there's residue, we can detect it. Takes 48 hours for results. Rush it, Patricia said. Money's no object. 24 hours. Best I can do, I gave her my credit card. Patricia drove me back to my car. What are you going to do now? Go home, act normal, pretend nothing's wrong. Carol, he could try something. He won't. The plan is gradual poisoning. He thinks he has weeks still. He thinks I'm completely oblivious. Don't drink the smoothies. I won't. That night, Marcus came home at 7:15 p.m. Normal greeting. Normal kiss on the cheek. Normal dinner conversation about his day at the hospital. You look better today, he said, studying my face. More color. I do feel better. Maybe I'm finally adjusting to retirement. Good, that's good. I'll make you a smoothie tomorrow morning. Keep your strength up. I smiled. That would be nice. He had no idea I'd found the prescription, no idea I'd photographed everything, no idea his careful plan was unraveling. The next morning, Marcus made the smoothie as promised. Blueberries, spinach, protein powder, almond milk, handed it to me with that loving husband's smile. Drink up, it's good for you. I took it, held it. I'll drink it after my shower. Let it warm up a bit. Cold hurts my teeth these days. Okay, honey, I'm leaving for work. Love you too. As soon as his car left the driveway, I poured the smoothie into a sealed container, labeled it with date and time. Put it in the back of the freezer behind frozen vegetables. At 3 p.m., Dr. Kim called. Miss Henderson, the results are back. All 3 containers tested positive for digoxin residue, significant amounts. This is consistent with regular contamination over time. I closed my eyes. I'd known, but having it confirmed was different. Thank you, Dr. Kim. Miss Henderson, I have to tell you these levels. If someone was consuming this regularly, they'd be experiencing serious toxicity. You need medical attention. I will, I promise. I called Patricia. Test is positive. I'm calling my contact at Seattle PD. Detective specializes in poisoning cases. Wait. I want more, Carol. I want enough to bury him completely. No chance of explaining it away. No plea deal. I want him in prison forever. Silence. What do you have in mind? I'm going to set a trap. That evening, I pretended to drink the next day's smoothie. Poured half down the sink when Marcus was in the shower. Kept half as evidence. Acted progressively worse, dizzy, weak, confused. Marcus watched with barely concealed satisfaction. Maybe you should lie down, honey. You don't look good. I think I will. I lay on the couch, phone hidden, voice recorder running. Marcus sat beside me, took my hand, and because he thought I was half conscious, nearly dead from his poison, he started talking. I'm sorry, Carol, I really am, but I'm in too deep with Victor. If I don't pay, they'll kill me. And with you gone, the insurance, it solves everything. You had a good life. 54 isn't young, but it's not that bad, and it won't hurt. You'll just go to sleep one day and not wake up. I kept my eyes closed, breathing shallow. The kids will be okay. They're adults. They'll understand their mother had a heart condition. It runs in families. Very believable. He squeezed my hand. You've been a good wife, Carol. I never wanted it to end this way. When he left the room, I stopped the recording. Sent it to Patricia immediately. Got him, I texted. The next morning, I pretended to collapse, called 911, told them my husband wasn't home, he'd left for work early. Ambulance came. Paramedics found me unconscious on the floor. They took me to Swedish Medical Center, not Marcus's hospital. In the ER, I regained consciousness and immediately asked for the police. Detective Sarah Martinez came within an hour. I showed her everything, photos, recordings. The frozen smoothie samples, the digoxin bottle, bank records showing Marcus's gambling debts, the insurance policy, his own words on tape admitting he was poisoning me. Mrs. Henderson, this is attempted murder. We need to arrest your husband immediately. He's at Seattle Heart Center right now. Operating schedule shows he's in surgery until 3 p.m. They arrested him at the hospital. Walked him out in handcuffs in front of colleagues, patients, staff. His reputation destroyed in an instant. The toxicology confirmed severe digoxin poisoning. I was admitted for treatment, chelation therapy to remove the poison from my system. 3 days in the hospital. Marcus was charged with attempted first-degree murder, insurance fraud, filing false medical prescriptions. His medical license was immediately suspended. His lawyer tried to claim the prescription was a mistake, that the folder was taken out of context, that the recording was unclear. But I'd been a corporate litigator for 30 years. I knew how to build an airtight case. Every piece of evidence corroborated every other piece. The timeline was perfect. His motive was documented. His own words damned him. The trial lasted 3 weeks. The jury deliberated 4 hours, guilty on all counts. Sentencing. 25 years to life. The insurance company paid out my policy, to me, not him, $2 million for my suffering and near death. Plus, I got the house, the retirement accounts, everything in the divorce. Marcus's medical partner, Dr. James Chen, was also charged as an accessory. He'd written the prescription knowing it wasn't for a real patient. He lost his license, served 3 years. Victor and his gambling operation were investigated. Marcus had borrowed from organized crime figures. They were arrested too. The whole thing unraveled because Marcus made one tiny mistake. He put my name on that prescription bottle. If he'd used a fake name, kept it completely separate, I never would have found it. That one small error gave me enough time to figure it out, gather evidence, and save my own life. I spent 6 months recovering physically. The digoxin had done real damage, but I'm healthy now, 71 years old, living in Vancouver where I can see the water every morning. Jason and Amy were devastated initially. How do you process that your father tried to murder your mother for insurance money, but we're close now? They visit often. Amy specialized in toxicology. I think my case inspired her path. I never remarried. Maybe I will someday. But I don't need to. I have my health, my freedom, my children, and the satisfaction of knowing the man who tried to kill me is spending the rest of his life in prison. People ask if I regret not noticing sooner, but how could I? He was a cardiologist. I trusted him completely. The symptoms he caused matched what he said they were. The smoothies seemed healthy. The prescription bottle hidden in the bathroom was pure chance. What I don't regret is how I handled it once I knew. I didn't panic. I gathered evidence. I built a case. I used every skill from my 30-year legal career to ensure he couldn't escape. Marcus gets out of prison in 2043. He'll be 87 years old. I'll be 96. And if I'm still alive, I'll make sure he knows I'm still here, still healthy, still strong, still living the life he tried to steal. The prescription bottle that started everything is in a safe deposit box now, along with the folder, the recordings, the lab results, my insurance policy against his ever getting parole. Because attempted murder isn't something you forgive or forget, it's something you survive, and surviving is the best revenge of all. Let's support each other. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. See you in the next one.